See, that's why you can, appreciate people from afar, some people from afar, but you can't go and put too much stock in them because, alright, this is Queen Sugar Season 1, Episode 11, all good. The episode starts off with Nova. She's acting like the prodigal son came home because Too Sweet was on her doorstep. He was actually sleeping outside on her porch. I guess he was just glad to feel secure and safe somewhere. And she was like, "Oh my God, Too Sweet, where have you been?" He was just like, "Miss Nova, I'm sorry. I was just, around." She's like, "Don't worry about it. You can stay here as long as you need to. As long as you need to, baby." I'm thinking, okay, that's great. But I guess that means that Micah's not going to be staying there because, she's already has her own son now to take care of. That's how I looked at it right away. Darla is getting Blue ready, and Blue isn't excited to go to school. And we're thinking Blue loves school, so why wouldn't he be excited this time around? He's not, because there's this kid who's been bullying him, and she was like, "Wait, so what are the teachers doing?" Well, he hasn't told the teachers because this kid's been like a real bully and has been blocking him at every pass and turn. And so she was just like, okay. She takes the stuffed teddy bear. It's like, all right. You see this? Hit him. Hit him on the left. Hit him on the right. Bam, bam. And it was cute. Ralph Angel came in and was like, "What are y'all doing?" She said, "Blue's being bullied at school, so I'm teaching him how to defend himself." He was like, "Nah, Blue, you can't do that." I'm like, wait a minute now. Ralph Angel, you're saying you can't do that? Next thing you know, he's like, "No, you gotta go tackle him." Oh, and everyone's on the bed, he's tickling everyone. They're having a good time. And you see there's this weird moment. There's this moment between him and Darla that has him kind of looking like, "Okay, Blue, go. I have some pancakes in the kitchen. Go now." And she just had this wandering look of, this is what it possibly could have been if we weren't both messed up at the time. Charlie gives Micah the great news that he got into, what was it? Melon Prep or something, whatever it's called, into that prep school, and he's excited, and of course he's just like, "Thank you." She's like, "See, I told you I handled it. It's all good." And she's still getting bugged because she's still kind of being seen as Davis's agent. That's important because of what happens later on. She's like, regardless of what happened, he was like, "Wait a minute, I thought Melanie or whoever was supposed to handle that." She was like, "Yeah, but they actually trust me and feel more comfortable talking to me. So regardless of the fact that my husband cheated on me, it was very public, my reaction to it, I still have to go and conduct business." It was like, "Get ready for school. I love you too." As we see, not Nova, on Vi, she's getting very used to her managerial position. Here comes her boss, trying to tell her, "Oh, what are you trying to do? Why are you bringing in alcohol? Why are you changing up the high yellow?" She said, "Look, the high yellow is barely getting by on two days a week. We're barely making enough to cover the rest that we're losing during the other 5 days. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in alcohol. We're going to go and fix up the place so that it can be the hotspot Friday, Saturday night. Rack in. You don't have to worry about Monday through Thursday. You don't have to worry about it. Monday, I guess, Sunday through Thursday." I'm like, that's a good idea. He didn't like the fact that there was alcohol because he's like, "What about my church people?" She said, "Jesus turned water to wine. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about?" Now everyone's over at the house because they have to figure out a game plan. Charlie's saying, "Okay, so we know we've been offered $4 million, but we're not letting people that owned us, that owned our family, and trying to pull a wool over our eyes, go and buy back this farm. So we're going to do whatever we can to keep it. Now, what are we going to do about the sugar? About the sugar cane?" Well, she was like, "Yeah, I also have a solution. There's another factory. It's far out. It's very far out. But I can go and schedule so that we can get trucks. And it's 16 hours out." It's like, 16 hours? Ralph Angel's like, "I actually did my research. I don't know if the cane's going to go and survive that. And we'll be able to work 300 acres of cane in that time frame." He was just like, "Jesus, we already lost it before we began." This is where Remy said, "Now, it is possible. We have to work really hard. It's going to cost a lot, but it is possible." And she was like, yeah, we have to do it because we cannot go and give our business to the people who's trying to get the land from us. And Nova was just like, are you okay? Is everything good? It's just like, yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. And I'm going getting divorced from Davis, so that's why I don't have the money to bankroll this like how I've been doing. I can't touch my assets. And she was like, you know what? Good for you, Charlie. Good for you. And I appreciate that they at least had that moment because of all of the turmoil those two have been going through themselves. It was nice to see Nova show support for Charlie when she really needed it. Now, Remy's like, look, I like you, you like me, we're grown, so how's this gonna go? And they go and they kiss. Next thing we see, Micah has his headphones on. He's coming up the stairs, he's coming up. He opens the door and he sees his mom kissing Remy. And he's over it. You know, he says absolutely nothing. He's just like, he just has this look of, really? Really? Remy leaves. Remy doesn't say anything to him because he knows. He knows. Oh yeah, by the way, before anyone goes and says anything of, his headphones weren't plugged in, those could have been the wireless ones. Those could have been the wireless ones. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, just for storyline purposes. But he was pissed. It's just like, Dad is going and cheating, and now you're going. And now that's the part that irritated me. I understand he's a child and all, but he was like, Dad went and cheated, now you're going while you're still married, and you're, I guess, kissing guys. I'm like, it is completely different. But I appreciate the fact they put this part in because this is a child's mentality of your kids see it all as the same. Now Darla goes and drops off Blue, and his teacher is just like, oh hey, I didn't know that the babysitter, I didn't know. I don't know your name. Oh, so you seem like such a nice babysitter. Like, no, I'm actually his mother. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, yeah. But I'm thinking, Darla, don't get mad at her. You're the one that did what you did, which got yourself in the predicament that you're in. But, you know, she rebounds. She's like, you know, Blue has been getting picked on. It's like, I honestly had no idea. It's like, okay, I get it. But if anything happens at all, I understand you have Aunt Vi and you have Ralph Angel, but also give me a call as well. You could tell that the teacher was irritated because it's like, I know the teacher knows something about the mother, so that's why she had this look of, oh, she's back in the picture now. You know, we'll see how this goes. Charlie goes over to Nova, and this is a really important scene too because Charlie and Nova have kind of been on opposite ends for most of this season. And so, again, it's nice that Charlie, I guess because of what Nova did in the beginning of this episode, she felt comfortable enough to go and say, it's like, okay, Micah saw Remy and I kissing, and he's upset about it. He's giving me the cold treatment. I don't know what to do. And it's also hard because Remy's actually the first guy that I've even had any type of sexual interaction with, period, since Davis. Davis was the only one that had a sexual encounter with. And it makes sense why she's so reserved, because she's not comfortable with this. Nova is like, you know what, I'm the queen of experience. So come to me, Mama's going to help you out. So she performs this spiritual ritual, and she's praying to this, not fertility, to this like sexual, this sexual healer. And for a lack of a better term, the sexual healer, because we have Charlie, she's just dressed in her underwear, and this whole process is just to allow Charlie to be free. And hold on, Charlie to be free and just be open to other sexual experiences. Clearly it works because Charlie's just like, ooh, oh, whoa. Ralph Angel and Darla get called to the school, and Ralph Angel's like, wait, what are you doing here? You know, the teacher put me on the list as well, and it's about Blue. He got into a fight again because of a bully, but Blue won. Blue was the aggressor. So it's like, oh, okay, so then what are we doing here? The other parents are like, well, you know, as the teacher lets me know what happened, the other parents are like, look, you need to keep, basically trying to say you need to keep your child on a leash. They have this look of, your child's a bully. Well, Darla's like, look, your child's a bully. Your child was the one who was the aggressor. our child finally reacted. It's our fault that our child beats yours up because yours was the bully. Now, here we go, those other parents, those uppity parents, you can tell, like, oh, well, you know, it makes sense based on the father and the mother. That explains why their child went and did what they did. I'm like, wait a minute, so you're the type of parents that don't care what your kids do. You just blame it on the other side. Oh, I see how it is. Your children are perfect. The teacher said, hold up. This is how it works in school. Regardless of what happened, Blue was wrong for beating up the kid, even though I'm not mad at him. And your child was wrong because he was bullying the kid. That's not any better. And she was like, they're like, okay, yeah, we get it. Talk to your kids. Let them know that you actually come to the adults to handle grown-up situations. Don't go and just try to handle it themselves. Because if something happens, next time, we're going to get them out regardless if it's bullying or physically attacking someone. The other parents leave, and Ralph Angel's irked. But then the teacher's like, look, Ralph Angel, I'm sorry I didn't catch. She was like, look, that was just for show. I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. You know, if I did, as you know, this wouldn't have continued. This is like, I know, I appreciate it. And so she was just like, yeah, tell Blue I said hello. You know when teachers have their favorites, especially if they like the parents, for more than one reason, Lord, your kid's pretty much set. But you could tell the teacher was hurt when she saw that Ralph Angel was kind of leading Darla out of the class. And it was just like, oh, damn it, man. Lost my opportunity. Damn it, man. And I was hoping that they weren't getting back together, but it looks like it's going to happen. It is what it is. Nova talks to Too Sweet, and Too Sweet's over it. Too Sweet's kind of giving up on the world. And Nova's like, no, there's a whole big world out of there. Even if you don't finish high school, you're going to at least get your GED so that you can then go and do whatever you want. I'm here to tell you that there's a bigger world, a bigger, better world than what you're seeing around you. And that's why you need to at least get some type of education to show that world that you can commit something. Then we have, I almost said the high yellow, Aunt Vi going in. She's talking to Charlie. Charlie looks great because Charlie has to go to this little shindig for Micah, school-wise. And Charlie's just like, yeah, you know, the stuff with Davis. Davis actually isn't coming back down. He's done with his own personal stuff with the team. So he pretty much gave me access to do what I want, which I was going to do anyway. But I'm already done and over with that. Filing the divorce papers. I need to move on. And Aunt Vi says, I'm really proud of you because you didn't stick in something that wasn't working and that wasn't good for you. And I respect you so much because it took me a long time to figure that out. And she's like, thank you, Aunt Vi. I really needed that, especially after Micah kind of doing what he did. Next thing you know, Micah comes back and he completely ignores his mom. She's like, hey, baby. She was like, hey, Aunt Vi. So I'm going to be going to Kiki's house and a couple of her friends. And so I'll come back later. And it's just like, oh, okay. Like, okay. And she was just like, wait, well, do you need a sweater? Do you need a ride? And it's just like, oh. I'm like, boy, Charlie, get him. Aunt Vi said, what's wrong with him? Oh, he's giving me a cold shoulder. She said, the cold shoulder? We need to give him the open hand. Because that's not going to fly anywhere. I don't care what his issue is. And Charlie's is like, oh, it is what it is. She opens the drawer where her wedding ring is, and she puts it back on. Because Aunt Vi said, oh, they still have you here as Westwood's boy loan. You need to go and tell them to fix that. And then I realized, wait a minute, this is Charlie. She will have checked that. She did that on purpose. She goes, puts on her wedding ring, and I'm like, she doesn't love the man. She's still divorcing him. So there's something else. There's an ulterior motive. She needs them to still see them as a unit, at least for now. Why? She goes over to Ralph Angel's house to secure some other stuff with the farm. And, of course, she gives Blue a hug. Blue, it's funny. Blue was making, I think, pancakes or something. He was cracking the egg, putting in the vanilla. I'm like, some of you guys don't even know how to turn on an oven. And Blue's making breakfast. Dang, that's a shame. That is a shame. But, we have Charlie, who's being informed about Ralph Angel, what the farm is being estimated at, since they can't go the route of Charlie just bankrolling everything. It's going to be at least, what was it, 1.5 million or 1.45 million for the 300 acres worth, you know, the full value of it, because the soil is great, everything about the land is great, it's in pristine condition. She's just like, wow. And he said, get this, because Charlie, as you know, the money, if we did the whole entire land, 4.5 million or 4.2 million. And she had this look of, wow, so we don't need those other people. What they were willing to pay, our land in 1 year could do that, fully utilized. It's just like, see how that works? See how God works? Next thing we know, we have someone come to the door. It's the Bordeaux, you know, one of him from the factory, and he was basically trying to threaten them. It's like, your land is smack dab in the middle of ours. You need to just sell because we can make things very difficult for you. She said, is that a threat? No, a threat is an open possibility. This is a promise. I'm like, Ralph Angel, step up. Right? Angel's like, we don't take too kindly to threats, especially from people that own our people that saw us as good boys. That phrase, good boy. And Charlie said, you know what, we have things covered, so we don't take kindly, again, to people who look at us as good boys, people who own our land. We got it covered. We're going to do what we need to do. We'll figure out a way. Don't worry about what you have. You want what we have. So we know there's value in that. And he said, you know what? Oh yeah, by the way, that little bank loan you're trying to go for, because we have control of everything down here. That was just denied. Congratulations. You played yourself. I'm like, oh crap. So how are they going to go and bankroll this since she can't have access to her money? And then, you know, Ralph Angel was ready to go. She stopped him and it's just like, look, don't worry. Don't worry. You trust me? I have another way. She didn't say that, but that was the look that she had. She goes to the shindig, and that was there just a cover for Micah. It was really to go and to pitch Davis because she's still Davis's agent. And she talks to this guy, and this guy was just like, oh, wait, so Davis is a free agent. He'd want to come down here? I can't afford $15 million. So it's like, well, first off, you don't know what you can afford until you make an offer. You don't know if $15 million is still the going rate. So why don't you go and say what you're willing to pay, and we can negotiate. Because he saw the wedding ring, and again, she did it on purpose, so that he could feel like, oh, so you're still representing Davis. It's like, yeah, regardless of what happened, Davis is property. Davis is a business and a brand that I run and orchestrate. I don't care what he does in his personal life. The professional life and the money-making life, I still have that on lock. And the guy's just like, oh, okay, we can definitely do business. So it looks like in season 2, Davis is going to move down there. Mike doesn't have to worry about not seeing his father, because he will be seeing his father every day. Davis is going to come down, Charlie trying to work his way back to Charlie, and that's going to put a wrench in Charlie's relationship with Remy. But we'll see. We'll see. And that's how she'll also fund the farm, by being his agent and him working down there. And that's how I'm all seeing it. Too Sweet comes to the Hyella because, of course, Aunt Vi is doing a grand reopening of the Hyella since it was closed down for inspection. And is Too Sweet's being introduced to everyone. You know, it's going all well and good. It's always funny how it's like Ralph Angel gets a dap, pretty much, from Too Sweet, and then Too Sweet shakes Micah's hand. I know, this is like little things that I always think about. And you actually see Aunt Vi, because she's in a different place, different space now. She's letting go and letting God. She actually was like, okay, Blue, let's go in the back and look at the vending machine or something like that. And she's just like, wait a minute, Blue, where are you going? Go and get your mama. Come on. I was like, oh my gosh. Are things taking a turn for the better with this family? Like, what is really going on? And Ralph Angel's just like, look, I don't know what's going to happen now, because the farm, we need to, you know, have the cane go to a factory, but we don't have the money to even do the other plan that we thought we were going to be able to do. And Charlie just kind of has a takeover spirit again, but we'll see what happens. And Micah talks to Nova and lets Nova know that, well, actually Nova lets Micah know that, you know, this whole rebellious thing, That's not cool. Only because your mom, she's done everything she can to protect you. You've seen how embarrassing things have been for your mother because of what your father did. And this is no stab at your father or anything like that. But he did what he did. Your mother has been stand up throughout this whole thing. Please do not persecute her for the sins of what your father has done. And we see the High Yellow gets reopened. Everyone's dancing, having a good time. It looks like it's going to be the spot. It's going to be the spot in that area. It's going to be nice. Remy comes in and Remy's just like, hey, because it looked like, because what Nova said touched Micah, and Micah had this look of, hey mom, I'm sorry, you know, doing that wandering glance. And even while she was talking to Remy, and Remy's like, you have this dance. And he's like, mom, hello, everyone's dancing, go on, go on. And that was cute enough. And even it slowed down, the music slowed down. So it's like, this is for all the lovers. And Rob Angel's like, okay, Darla, let's go and give this another try. So him and Darla dancing. I'm like, oh, they make a nice couple, but I feel bad for the teacher. Damn it. Why can't the good ones win sometimes? Alright, maybe it was meant to be, at least for now. Please like, comment, subscribe. No, there's still another episode or two. This show always feels like it's going on, like it's the season finale, but I think we have 2 more episodes if I'm not mistaken.